The Federal Reserve of the United States recently made news when it said it would be using XRP. Senior Vice President David Anderfaulty from the St. Louis Federal Reserve Department has talked about how RippleNet can be used to handle bills. It has been stressed that RippleNet relies on XRP to make these transactions possible. To quote David Anderfaulty right away, the Fed could give agreement tasks to a third party, such as Ripple, his development if it comes true, suggesting that the price of XRP will go up a lot, possibly reaching $10,000. Not only that, but it's important to remember that this move by the Federal Reserve is not a surprise. A few weeks ago, or maybe even a month ago, there was a credible claim from that they recognized the useful role of XRP and XLM, adding blockchain technology to their FedNow payment service. Ripple is getting a lot of attention because of its open supply technology for financial transactions and its creative approaches to pass-border bills. Adding Ripple's ERA to the FedNow payment service is likely to be a big reason why the price of XRP soars to incredible heights. Hello, Family Circle on the Help Coin. You're the place to go to for everything XRP. Before we go, please take down that like button, click subscribe, and turn on notifications to join our network. Good morning. Once we reach 600 members, we'll be giving away a huge amount of XRP. Putting your hat in the ring is easy. Just follow these 3 steps. Make sure you do all of those things. Put the word help coin in the comments to keep your place. Now let's get right to the cutting edge of things. There is a 3-step process for all labels. Now let's get right to the cutting edge of things. We focus on Ripple's partnership with the Federal Reserve, which was made public on the website for the Federal Reserve's NGOBS. In the first part of the paper called The U.S. Path to Faster Payments, called the Faster Payment Task Force Approach, Ripple is named as a key player working with the Federal Reserve to find fee solutions. The record mostly talks about Ripple's ability to help with real-time global bills, which usually take 2 to 4 days with limited tracking and clear prices. Ripple changes this by making all payments completely clear. So if you don't, popularity and costs, as well as instant payment. After that, we learned that Ripple and the Federal Reserve have extended their partnership to include home loans. This is backed up by a lot of material that viewers can pause and read. A key part of the paper talks about how major banks like the Bank of England, the Federal Reserve, and the Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority work with Ripple to improve home price machines. Another interesting thing about the report is that it talks about Ripple Labs technology at the very beginning, which is aimed at providing a completely free real-time settlement system around the world. It means that Ripple's decentralized peer-to-peer payment framework will soon be used instead of current ways of sending money, and the Federal Reserve is planning to do it. Looking back, there were early signs that things were getting better. About a year ago, the Ripple brand was shown heavily during a Fox News segment about the Federal Reserve in the United States. Wall Street Daily said the following in Evident Post, said in big letters, "This is not a perfect pose," as it looked at a digital US dollar. Also, organizations like the Federal Reserve Board, the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, have included Ripple on their list of working in the shadows partners, which shows that they are interested in Ripple's production. If you learn more about the interesting world of international banking, you'll see that the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, is in charge of a lot of the money in it. The fact that Ripple can now work in this area is a big deal. We have news from the Department of the Interior that quotes Jess Chan, who's a senior suggest at the Frederickshire Board of Governors. Jess used to be deputy dean, is said to be in charge of this project. Whoever wants to know more about the specifics may find a lot to learn here. And it's all pretty linked. That's just the tip of the iceberg, though. What I'm about to tell you might amaze a lot of you. The Federal Reserve recently sent out a warning about losses that banks might experience because of rising interest rates and pressures on real estate prices. On a more interesting note, they have been talking about this with a number of companies since early March. Also, it's clear that BRICS and the EU are going to use XRP. The European Union has even said that XRP could be the basis for the new digital euro. The XRP ledger would be used to handle wealth exchanges. There are several stories that support this claim and point to an upcoming rise in the price of XRP. A major professional predicts a short time period sought of $500.50 with the potential to hit $10,000 as it spreads around the world. Arthur Brito, one of the founders of Ripple, is said to have had this idea. As we watch the movie, it's clear that the story of XRP is changing in ways that were not expected. Now that the SEC versus Ripple case is over, we can see that brick and mortar countries have decided to work with Ripple to grow their valuable bank digital Forex at the XRP ledger. Latest news suggests that this main bank's virtual Forex, which is backed by real bricks and mortar, could be a strong international financial tool. There may also be proof of a large Ripple network in every BRICS country, which we are going to find out in parts. Let us begin our journey in Brazil, where a large-scale change has occurred. Brazil has put out a modern coin on-demand liquidity carrier with the help of Ripple. This project is a big step forward in the United States of America's financial generation environment. The next country we'll talk about is Russia. There is a lot of evidence that President Putin changed his strategy to move away from the petrodollar and the USD. Even though SWIFT chose not to include Russia in its price machine, there has been a great move toward Ripple Labs. It is faster to make a first-rate turn near Ripple Labs. The goal is to make the Russian CBDC, central bank digital cash, more widely used at the same time. This move not only gets around the SWIFT ban, but it also takes advantage of the fact that the XRP ledger is decentralized. This puts Russia's rediscovery of Ripple at the forefront of another big project that will power India's strong digital rupee effort. With the help of Ripple Labs' technology, this project is the first step in India's journey to become a global CBDC. The story doesn't end there, though. Furthermore, China has joined forces with Ripple to make progress in the area of important bank virtual currencies. This relationship shows that Ripple is having a bigger impact on the world's financial scene. The story is the same in Africa. The 2022 African blockchain study shines a light on how CBDCs are becoming more important at the XRP ledger across the continent. The document says that South Africa, along with more than a dozen other African countries, has made their fee processing methods work with Ripple and XRP. This wide use of ledgers shows how important they are becoming in Africa's money world. And finally, XRP was named as one of the best digital assets for charge offerings in a recent paper with the help of BRICS. In the history of the world, this is the first time that Ripple has been able to play a major role in the world of virtual currencies. So,